Good morning. We will pay attention to discount allowed to debtors today. Allowed 5% discount on a debt of R190. The total debt equals 100%, and that total debt equals R190. So if I want the discount, it will be 5 divided by 100, and that will give me R9.50. Discount received after 5% discount was allowed. Now we receive R190. There was 5% discount, so this R190 equals 95% of the total debt. If we want the discount 5 divided by 95, it will give me R10. It is very important to determine whether the total debt is given or whether the amount paid is given, because the calculation is done in a different way depending on the information that they give you. So if you don't read carefully, you will do the incorrect calculation and your answer will be incorrect. Received R80, and then because they paid us R80, we allow R8 discount. We will therefore reduce the debt with R88, the R80 received plus the R8 discount. Marnus Traders received R80 from Michael, allowed 10% discount. So the amount received equals 100%, that equals R80. The 10% will give us R8, so his account will be reduced with R88. Marnus Traders received 720 after 10% discount was allowed. The total debt is 100%. The discount is 10%. We receive only 90% of the total debt. They gave us the receive amount, so this 90% that we received equaled R720. The discount is 10, the one that we want, divided by 90, the one that we know, times 720, and that will give me R80. So the debt will reduce with the 720 paid plus the R80 discount, and we will reduce the debt with R800. His balance is 800. We reduce the debtors with a total amount of 800. Increase bank to increase the asset on the debit side with the money deposited. And we create an expense for discount allowed, and we debit discount allowed with 80 to increase the expenses that will reduce the profits. So because we allow R80 discount to him, we will make a smaller profit in the business. The bank account is debited to increase the assets with the money received. Debtors control is credited to reduce the asset with the amount that was paid. We will issue a receipt and we record this in the cash receipts journal. We allow discount. Discount allowed is the expense. Expenses increase on the debit side. Expenses decrease the profits, so the owner will get less profit, so equity will decrease with 80. Debtors control is credited to decrease the assets with 80. Becky settled his debt of 720. Now they give us the total debt after 10% discount was allowed. The total debt is 100%. Discount is 10%. And we receive 90%. The total debt is given as 720, so the 100% equals 720. The discount is the percentage that we want, 10, over the percentage that we know, 100, times 720, and that will give us 72 rand. And the amount received will be 648 rand. Debtors control is debited with 720. That is the balance that was brought down after the previous month's sales. We will reduce the debtors with a total 720 to decrease this asset. The bank is debited to increase the asset with the amount of money deposited into the bank. And the discount allowed account is debited with 72 to increase the expense with 72 rand. The bank account is debited to increase assets with 648. Debtors control is credited to decrease the assets with 648. The source document is a receipt, and we record this entry in the cash receipts journal. Discount allowed is debited to increase expenses. Expenses reduce profits, so the equity will decrease with 72. Debtors control decrease assets with 72, and the discount is also recorded on the receipt and in the cash receipts journal. When discount is allowed is calculated, you must determine whether the amount received or the outstanding debt was provided. Debtors control reduces on the credit side with the amount that you receive and the discount allowed. Discount allowed increases on the debit side because expenses increase on the debit side. Bank increases on the debit side because assets decrease on the debit side with the amount that was received.